I grew up in this house. I see a lot of things.
Fucking dude, have you heard anything more about this Chris Delia shit?
No, you're my connect. What happened?
Bro, there's more. There's more.
So what's he doing now? Is he affiliated with the Catholic Church or what?
So there's good stuff and there's bad stuff. You know, we want him to be innocent, right? We don't want him to be canceled. He's part of our daily life, honestly. We listen to him. I listen to him all the time, like his podcast, Congratulations. I listen to him on all my other favorite podcasts. You know, I love that group. By the way, this group is taking a hit. Like this comedian podcast group is taking a huge hit. They tried to cancel Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz the other day for like shit that they were saying. I don't know the specifics. I don't know exactly what Joey Diaz said, but it was about something Joey Diaz said, or I think he said something about female comics. If they wanted time on the stage, that they would have to get like their dick sucked, or he'd have to get his dick sucked for them to get stage time, something like that. And Joe Rogan laughed about it, and so they tried. This was like an old episode, which is fucked up, but that's who they are, dude. Joey Diaz has never hidden from anybody. He's always kind of, spoke his mind. He was a bad dude before he was a comedian. Like he's always talked about this. And then Joe Rogan, I just feel like he cannot be canceled because he's too.
No, he can't.
He's ingrained in pop culture. Everybody loves him. I don't give a fuck. And I just think he's probably. I don't think he could ever have, something like this happen to him, like what's happening to Chris. I don't think he can ever have something this big happen to him because I think he's a good person. I think he knows right from wrong, and I say that now, but I also thought the same thing about Chris. Anyways, let me send this to you real quick.
The thing is, Joe Rogan is like a genuine person.
Yeah, and you can tell.
You can't fake being a genuine person.
And you can tell. I'm going to send this to your phone right now. Try to read this. I'm going to read it as we're both reading it. We're going to both read it at the same time. This is something that Austin found on Reddit. I guess it was on like a Joe Rogan subreddit, and it's really freaking weird. I don't even want to read this, honestly.
Okay.
Can you see it?
So wait, how reliable is this?
So I mean, it's not confirmed at all that this is real. But look at how long this person posted this. It was a year ago, right? It was 1 year ago. The title is "I slept with a famous comedian at 17 and he emotionally abused me." So, are you reading it right now?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start reading it. Okay, so just starting out with, I, now 22, was a late bloomer sexually. I hadn't done anything, even kiss a boy, by the time I was 17. I decided to be more outgoing by senior year of college, and I began messaging somewhat famous people on Instagram. Why? Just to see if I could catch anybody's attention. I managed to catch 2 famous comedians' attention. One asked for my Snapchat, and we started talking regularly. It turned out that he was coming to my hometown soon, and he invited me to a show. I said yes. My friend started planning it. That's when things started to turn. He asked for nudes, which I obliged. He talked to me like I was a little girl, which was really weird to me at first. I was cautious, but I was also excited because I assumed we would have sex. So the night of his show came, and he asked me to meet him in his hotel room before. I did. I showed up and we sat on the couch and he immediately grabbed my hand and started making me touch him and blow him. Now I was extremely inexperienced, so I was kind of doing what he said. Eventually we had sex. He never kissed me the entire time. It was weird. During the sex he kept asking, "So are you still in high school? That's so hot. And have you ever had sex before? You're so young, I doubt it." So whatever, that was weird, but I went to his show and then I left. Then when things took a really bad turn, he started messaging me, asking me for really inappropriate pictures, videos, telling me that if he didn't do what he said, he would never speak to me again, which was fucked because I was pretty emotionally attached to him. So I unfortunately and naively did what he told me. Eventually, it got really weird and bad though, and I started saying no. That's when he told me, "I don't ever want to hear you say no to me again." The last girl who said no to me hasn't heard from me in 6 months. You don't want that to happen, do you? Safe to say, I got out of that shit as quickly as possible and ended up blocking him on everything. But it still sucks because I see him all over the place now. Don't fuck comedians lately, ladies. So that's her story. This is a year ago, bro. Over a year ago. And then this guy goes, drop a goddamn name, sis, I beg you. And she goes, all right, y'all, it was Chris Delia. That was over a year ago. And she's anonymous.
Dude, here's the fucked up thing about these stories. Okay, like if you could find probably something about anyone online, right? And I bet you there's one, and this is some. I mean, maybe I'm just reaching for straws. I guarantee you can find one online about Joe Rogan, right? And I bet you can find one about fucking you. Not likely, but maybe. You know, some boy.
Dude, if I was doing something sketchy, you would know because you have my fucking DMs. You fucking
That's a good
asshole.
point. That's a good point.
You fucking
so, anyways,
asshole. Get out of my fucking DMs, please. Log yourself
I can't
out.
help it, dude. It's so easy. It's so easy. I deleted Instagram and I re-downloaded it and you weren't there for a second. I got a little sad that it popped up. I was like, oh, great. I still have his account.
Shit.
But I digress. With this dude, until I don't want to even like try to like talk about it and destroy his name without there being a concrete thing.
I understand.
You know?
Dude, nobody wants this to be fake more than me, bro. I love Chris Delia. And if this turned out that he was being this weird, I just can't fuck with him anymore because I have a little sister that I fucking love and adore and care about. If this was her, I'd want his fucking head, dude.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
But there are like good stories like that are supposed to be helpful to him. Like stories where he kind of came out with like the replies to a lot of these to a lot of these girls where he like as soon as he asked them what their age was, he stopped talking to them. So
he's replied to that?
No, where he hasn't replied to people who have like if they say that they're under 18, he doesn't talk. Dude, what I think it is, I just think Chris is like really into 18-year-olds, dude. Barely legal girls, bro.
I mean, and see, that's the fucking weird thing about this, dude. Is like, where is that fucking line? Because like, what if it just follow me with this hypothetically here? What if like you're with some chick who just turned 18, but her birth certificate was wrong and she was actually a year younger, and all of a sudden like you're like I was knowingly with someone of age, but come to find out I wasn't. Does that make this guy now a bad person? Or is it just the intent? Is it knowing that they were underage and then wanting to do that? Or, you know, is it chasing after people who are 18? Is that like riding the fucking threshold because you actually want someone younger? Or like the Jeffrey Epstein thing, dude. It once, I don't know if you watched that documentary on Netflix, but
no, I want to. Those are good.
It's all right. It's a lot of just like testimonials and stuff.
So
how he died is fucking weird, but like he could have anything he wanted, so he started paying underage girls to give him massages, which eventually he ended up having sex with them, or they give him handjobs or something like that. But either way, this dude's involved with this fucked up thing, and the hard thing to is even like talking about this stuff is like you said, no one wants this to be not true more than either of us, but like people hear something and they run with it, and then somebody digs up an old article like this, like oh yeah, it was Chris Delia. Chris Delia.
Delia, just say it, you idiot.
Chris Delia.
There you go, buddy.
But how many times do we have to, you know? Is every time somebody says this going to be? And also, by the way, I want to say that if this isn't true, the people who have been coming out and lying about this
fuck them.
should be held.
Well,
to
I don't
the
think they're lying. I don't think they're lying at all. I think what it is like. I think he just likes 18-year-olds, and he's just fucking, like, kind of talking to these girls while they're 16, 17 years old, and he's just kind of keeping them in his back pocket. You know, if that story's true, which it definitely fucking could be, the story that we just read, because it's a year ago. Like, there's no proof to that, and I haven't seen her come out at all. It's just weird. But I have these other, email exchanges that they make him look a little better. So there's this one email that was sent, and it goes, the girl says, Chris, I'm 16. And he goes, oh shit, I thought you were at my show. Gotta be 18 at least. My bad, bye. And that's what he said to this one girl. And obviously these are screenshots that are never going to be, out there, These are screenshots that like, people want to make him look bad. So I think there are some messages out there that are, like, trying to make him look bad and not putting, like, the extra, message that put him in. They didn't want to put the extra message in that made him look decent, right? So I don't really trust screenshots too much. So this girl goes, Chris Delia tried to procure me when I was 16. The accusations against him are all true. These emails from 2014. I know, but this girl says that, but it literally says, oh shit, I thought you were at my show. You got to be 18 at least. So that's understandable. I feel like that doesn't really fucking...
That's not even a story. Like, that shouldn't have even been published. They should have seen them, like... Or if they did publish it, like, no, we've found some evidence in the other side. Like, that's the problem, man. It's clickbaity title and this whole fucking cancel culture. And if these people are like, oh yeah, he's trying to have sex with me and I'm underage, if that's the case and they're saying, like, that's their accusation, saying, like, he's trying to have sex with me and I'm underage, and they're lying about that, they need to be held to that same standard of what would happen to him if these allegations were true. And I'm not trying to scare them from coming out. I'm not trying to blame them for that. I'm saying that, like, if that was the interaction, that was it, and that girl was saying, no, he was trying to have sex with me, I could tell he wanted to meet with me, and none of that is showing in these emails, then she's fucking lying, And that's that whole thing, like, people like, don't blame the victim, and I get that, but I don't think you should blame the victim if it's true, but you need some proof. Otherwise, and that's the fucked up thing, is, like, without proof, though, you can't just it's lynching at that point, right? We're just running around the streets and, calling witches on people.
The story isn't, because it's not like he's not raping these girls. He's not raping them. He's not having sex with these girls. He's talking to them in a creepy way.
Mm-hmm.
At most so far, I haven't seen anything other than the Reddit post that I just pulled up. I haven't seen anything that's made him like a rapist, right? That would be super fucked up. These are just messages that I just think he likes 18-year-olds, dude. I think he likes 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. I think he just loves barely legal girls. I think that's what he wants. And I think he sees a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old and he's like, "Oh, she's hot. She's 18 years old." And then he tries
reaches out to him, ask her.
And then when it turns out that they're younger than 18, then he's kind of like saving them for later. You know what I mean? Because there is a girl.
Yeah, backs up.
There is an email that I saw where she told him that she was 17, and he goes, "Oh shit, my bad." Messages her like 6 months later or 8 months later, asking for her number again. So
he probably like flags it in his inbox. Dude, there's a rap song. I don't remember what it is, but the lyric is, "In about 3 years, holler at me, Miley Cyrus." I don't remember what the fucking song is. You know what I'm talking about, though?
No, I don't listen to Miley Cyrus.
It's a super... No. It's a rap song. God damn it.
But it said that about her when she was young?
Yep. And it was a really famous rap song. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in Every Girl by Young Money.
Young Money?
Yep.
The group Young Money? Like...
Yes.
Is this a guy named Young Money, or is this the group with Lil Wayne?
No, like the group, the old group that used to be like Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne. Whoever, I don't know who it was that said that specifically.
Figure that out.
But it was, but that's what I'm saying is like.
But it really just depends on how it's portrayed in the media. Like, the media is not going to pick up that story from Young Money. They're going to be like, "Oh, this song was popping." Like, who gives a fuck if he said that? And then it's Chris. Now we're talking about Chris Delia, who looks like a fucking creep. He played a pedophile in the show You. This is obviously a fucking good story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a good story in a bad way for him.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the rapper that said
that? Mac Main.
Mac Main?
Yeah.
What did he say exactly? Like, Miley Cyrus hit me up in 3 years?
Fuck, you're gonna make me read rap lyrics right now? For free sweets, I give Paris Hilton all-nighters. In about 3 years, holler at me, Miley Cyrus. I don't discriminate, no, not at all. Kit Kat, a midget. If that's soft, if that ass soft, I break her off. That's the whole fucking verse.
Well, here's a couple things that we learned. We learned that Mac Main is a fucking weirdo, and we learned that you should never rap in your entire life.
Good. That's
Let me
good.
see, let me see.
I
I
had no
don't see it.
intention of starting rap for it.
I don't see it.
Right here. You just highlighted me out.
Hitting that matters. About 3 years, holla at me. Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. And this song is old as fuck. So she was what, like 16?
Fucking cancel Mac Main too. Dude, it's just, it's just weird
That's what I'm saying, man.
because I do think this shit is wrong. I do think Chris Delia is wrong, bro. It just sucks because he's like literally an everyday part of my life, dude.
Yeah,
everyday part of my life. And now I just can't look at him the same, dude. I just can't. And you can see there's so much evidence of him snitching on himself. Like, they were talking about on The Fighter and the Kid, this, she was like the old Miss Kentucky. She was a teacher at an elementary school and a high school. And she got caught sending nudes to a kid on Snapchat, and the kid saved him, and his mom found him. And Chris Delia was like super concerned, like, how did the mom find it? And they go,
you showed me that.
You saw, dude, and you could just see, like, he was like thinking in his head, fuck, they're gonna get me.
Like, no, I thought I deleted everything.
Yeah, you could just see it. He's snitching on himself, dude. We'll see what happens, dude. All I know is if he doesn't get canceled, or if he keeps doing a show like on YouTube, I'm still gonna listen. It's just different. If anything more comes out where it's like him raping girls, like getting with minors, I'm gonna I can't listen to him anymore.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But so let me ask you this: if you were Chris Delia, Chris Delia, I don't know why it's so hard for me, dude. If you were him, how would you respond to this? Knowing it, like saying that that was what everything you're saying is correct. He just likes 18-year-olds. He was reaching out to him saying like
say that. Sorry, I have this weird thing where I like barely legal girls. I like 18-year-olds. And sure, did I accidentally message a couple of 16, 17-year-olds thinking that they were at least 18 because they were at my shows at bars where people buy alcohol? Yeah, yep. I think that's the best way to come out. The thing is, he hasn't said shit. Looks guilty as hell.
Yeah.
It's just a fucked situation, bro. I'm done talking about it, honestly.